All right, welcome to our West African infographic assignment. And so your job with this is to create an infographic about what we've learned about West African history and its legacy. So to do that, we're going to take a peek at the handout, and we'll take a peek at the infographic examples here in just a minute. But let's do that first. So let's look at the examples first. Okay, and infographics are pages where you've got a combination of pictures and text that are presented in different ways. And these are just generic, a lot of them are just generic ones, right? But you can see here you've got different, it's clearly kind of goes in an order where one thing leads to another, right? Different colors, you've got some pictures involved, right? You might have a picture up at the top and then some more text at the bottom, and again, some lines that are helping you link everything, titles and text, pictures, things like that, okay? You're welcome to flip through all of those to get a little bit better of an idea. So your infographic, you can hand draw it if you want to, but just know that most infographics that you see these days are done digitally, okay? So on a computer. Regardless of which way you choose to go, you do need to do original work. When I was talking to the district office about what program to use for this, they recommended Canva, so I did include a video here to teach you how to get logged into Canva. I will tell you just from personal experience, it's actually pretty easy and intuitive to use once you get logged in. So if you're going to do it digitally, go ahead, watch the video, get yourself logged in when we're done here. Okay, so here's the handout that talks about what we need. Right, so again, it's a one-page representation. One page is 8.5 by 11, or the size of a standard piece of paper. Okay, you can go bigger than that if you want to. I'm not going to argue if you go like 11 by 14 or 11 by 17 or something like that, but one page. Okay, you need some kind of an image with a caption that explains trade in West Africa. Captions, remember, the words below an image that offer some kind of an explanation for it. One image with a caption that explains religion in West Africa. Okay. One quote that's either about trade or religion in West Africa. Put the title of the unit. I don't know why I put your name in there, because it tells me whose is whose when you turn it in. Right? I must have just not read it carefully. You're going to include an acrostic poem. Okay. An acrostic poem is one that uses the first letter of a word to demonstrate your understanding of an idea of concept. You're going to use either the word trade or you're going to use the word Islam. Okay. But then you've got, it's either a series of words or it's a series of phrases, each one of which starts with the first letter in either trade or in Islam. Okay. You're going to have some kind of a data graphic about trade in West Africa historically. That means not today, but back in the day. Okay, some kind of data or graphic about religion in West Africa historically. Okay. And then you're going to have some kind of a gist statement explaining the impact of trade or Islam in West Africa today. Gist means that you're getting at the ideas behind something, right? You're explaining it in general. So that's the one where you're going to talk about it today, okay? You want to make sure that you're including some color and being creative, okay? Worth knowing, again, I don't teach an art class. I know I say this with every art project I ever give you the option of doing. So you do not get graded on artistic ability. You will get graded on whether or not you try. It's a yes or a no. Yes, you tried. No, you didn't. End of story. Okay. If you are at all worried I will not understand your drawings when you're hand drawing, make sure that you include a label or a caption with it, and then I know what you're aiming for. Stick figures are great for stuff like this. General pictures are great for stuff like this. Feel free. Okay? I will tell you, just because it helped me learn how to draw Africa, I'm going to actually flip this infographic here So if you look at this is Africa, right? If you look at it, it looks kind of like a horse's head. Stay with me here. This part right here, the Horn of Africa, that's the horse's ear, right? You've got the horse's nose and face. It's a little bit short. Got some nostrils there, right? And then we've got the neck right around there. So that'll help you, by the way, if you want to draw West Africa or if you want to draw Africa, is just to kind of draw a horse, okay? Which I mention mostly because I know kids would get worried about, oh, I have to have all the little zigzags and things like that. You don't. It just needs to be good enough, okay? All of your work does need to be original. That means it's in your own words. That means it's not printed or taken off of a website, printed or taken directly out of the textbook, right? Except for the quote, okay? And any images. So you are welcome to borrow images from websites. You're welcome to borrow a quote. I do expect you to cite your sources though. So tell me where you got that information from. All right, so then we've got, this is what's called a 1-point rubric. Okay, so it tells you what you got to do for a meeting. If you want more details, just look at the rubric for the assignment. It'll give you all the stuff on either side. Okay. If you've got questions, if you need any help with this, by all means, reach out and let me know, and I'd be delighted to help you out any way I can. Otherwise, I will see you in class.